Greenland residents voted on Tuesday, March 11, in an election brought into the international spotlight by U.S. President Donald Trump's pledge to take control of the mineral-rich island, firing up a debate over its independence. Trump's vocal interest has shaken up the status quo, and coupled with the growing pride of the indigenous people in their Inuit culture, put independence front and center in the election. Greenland's Prime Minister Buttigieg has stressed the island is not for sale and advocated for a broad coalition government to resist external pressure. All 6 main political parties support independence but differ on how and when it could be achieved. The pro-independence Nalaraq Party, the leading opposition force, has gained momentum ahead of the election, bolstered by U.S. interest and fresh accusations of Denmark's historic exploitation of Greenland's mineral wealth. "I strongly believe Nalaraq is growing, so I'm very optimistic today," said Kinnanuk Olsen, a Nalaraq candidate. No polls or exit polls are expected. A January poll suggested a majority of Greenland's inhabitants support independence, but are divided on timing. Voting began at 11 o'clock GMT at 72 polling stations across the Arctic island, where 40,500 people are eligible to vote. Polling will close at 22 o'clock GMT and the final result is expected on Wednesday between 0100 GMT and 3 o'clock GMT.
I strongly believe Nalaraq is growing, so I'm very optimistic today. I strongly believe that we will very soon start to live a life more based on who we are, based on our culture, based on our own language, and start to make regulation based on us, not based on Denmark.
We don't need the independence right now. We have too much things to work on, and I think we have to work with ourselves, our history, and we are going to have a lot of healing work with us before we can take the next step.
In terms of this election, we need to focus more on the people. We need to focus more on the focus on independence. Our ancestors has fought for a long time to gain the independence, and we're the ones that has to make that happen soon and start a new chapter for Greenland.